The shelter workers called him Ghost. Not because he was quiet, far from it. He was a storm in a cage, all snarls and snapping teeth, a blur of black and tan fury behind rusted bars. Ghost was the kind of dog you didn't look in the eye unless you wanted to feel your heart race for all the wrong reasons. A former police dog, they said. Discharged. Too aggressive. Too broken. The kind of animal that didn't get second chances. Day after day, people walked past his kennel, their eyes lingering only long enough to whisper, "Poor thing," before moving on to the golden retrievers with hopeful tails or the gentle-eyed labs. But not Ghost. Ghost lunged at the gate every time. He didn't want sympathy. He wanted space. Until her. She was no taller than the doorknob, no older than 6. Her name was Lily, and she wore her heart on her sleeve, quite literally, in the form of a crayon-colored heart she'd drawn on her shirt that morning. Her mother had brought her to the shelter to adopt a cat. A nice, quiet, fluffy cat. But Lily had other plans. She stopped in front of Ghost's cage. The dog growled low, his lip curling to reveal sharp, yellowed teeth. Her mother gasped and tugged at her hand, but Lily didn't move. Instead, she tilted her head and whispered, "Why are you so sad?" The room froze. Ghost didn't lunge. He didn't bark. He just stared at her, puzzled, like someone had spoken a language he hadn't heard in a long time. Over the next week, Lily returned every day after school. Always with her crayon shirt, always with a story. She'd sit cross-legged in front of his kennel and read from picture books, her small voice dancing over words Ghost couldn't understand, but somehow seemed to feel. The staff watched in stunned silence. Ghost never growled at her. He never lunged. He just listened. On the 8th day, Lily reached her hand through the bars. Gasps rang out. One staff member started to run, but froze when Ghost stepped forward, slowly, carefully. He sniffed her fingers, then licked them. The shelter director, a gruff woman named Karen who'd worked there 23 years, broke down in tears. "He's not bad," Lily said simply. "He's just scared." No one had said it aloud before, but everyone had thought it. Ghost was unadoptable. Damaged. Dangerous. But Lily saw something else. And soon, so did others. The shelter started a new initiative that week, the Ghost Project, pairing troubled dogs with calm, supervised child visits. Ghost's transformation became a symbol, drawing media attention. Donations poured in. So did volunteers. But more than that, so did compassion. As for Ghost, he began to change. Slowly. He stopped barking at strangers. He learned to sit when asked. His eyes, once hard like stone, softened. Lily's mother, initially terrified, came to understand something profound. He needed her innocence, she said. And maybe she needed his strength. 3 months later, Ghost went home, with Lily. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks. Thunderstorms still made him tremble. Fast movements triggered old instincts. But every time, Lily was there. A hand on his fur. A whisper in his ear. A picture book read by flashlight. Years passed. Ghost grew gray around the muzzle. Lily grew taller. But their bond? Unbreakable. When Ghost passed, quietly in his sleep at the age of 13, Lily was 15. She stood in front of her class that week and told his story. Her voice didn't waver. She ended with words that would later go viral. Sometimes the scariest creatures are just the ones who've been hurt the most. Don't walk past them. Sit with them. Read to them. Love them until they remember how to love back. Today, Lily runs a foundation called the Ghost Project, dedicated to healing broken animals, and broken people, through connection and compassion. Ghost may have started out feared, rejected, and misunderstood. But in the end, he became a teacher, a healer, and a friend. All because one little girl refused to believe he was beyond saving. And maybe that's the real lesson: no soul is ever too lost to find its way home.